Looking to buy a Swift and you're confused what are its pros, what are its cons, and whether it is worth the price tag or not, and does it still drive like a Swift? All of these questions and more is exactly what I'll answer over the next few minutes, because we have had this Swift in our long-term fleet for the last few months. So this is not a first drive review. I'm going to give you an ownership experience. So join in to know whether the Swift is worth your money or not. Now, just to give you a background, we've had the Swift in our long-term fleet for over 3 months now, and we've driven it on different road conditions. We've driven it on good roads, bad roads, pothole roads, expressways, city roads. We've driven it with a full load of 5 passengers, a boot full. We've driven it in rain. Well, today it's been raining all day. Today is also a day of rain. So we've driven it in pretty much every condition you will encounter on the roads. And we'll tell you what are the things that could have been better in this car, and of course things that are really good in the new Swift. And let's start off with things that could have been better. And for me, the number one thing, it's subjective, it's design. Now I think the Swift looks good. The new look, sharper, more chiseled, more dynamic. Yes, it looks better than the older Swift. But like what Maruti did with the Dzire, the new Dzire looks completely different from any of the older Dzires. This Swift still looks similar. You can find that family similarity from the first Swift right up to this car. So I think Maruti could have done with a completely different design. But then again, it's subjective. A lot of people love this design. So yeah, if you love it, I still think it is better looking than the older version. A lot of things going around, sleeker, sharper, nice looking alloy wheels. Overall, it looks sporty, and that is what matters for the Swift. Now, the other thing that could have been better in my opinion in the new Swift is the overall feel of the cabin. Now, if you look at the dashboard, it's completely new. So it doesn't look similar to the older Swift. So the interior is something that's brand new. And I like the way this triple layered dashboard has been done, all of these metallic accents. So it's not the design is good, it's the feel of the material quality, the texture, the plastic quality. It is not bad, it's been put together well, it looks as if it will age well. It just doesn't look premium. And nowadays when you're buying a car, a hatchback that's bordering 10 lakh rupees ex showroom, well, I think it could have looked a bit more premium. In fact, most importantly, felt a bit more premium. The third thing that could have been better in the Swift is the placement of armrest, which is missing. For the driver, there is no driver armrest. That would have made life a lot easier. And even for the rear passengers, there is no armrest. So despite the fact that the seat is good in terms of cushioning, in terms of weight, even the space is good, but there is no armrest. So if you are going in for a long drive with 4 occupants, well, you won't have this luxury on a long drive. So that's a bit of a downer. So this is something that maybe Maruti Suzuki should think of in the upcoming iterations of Swift. Now, coming to the other thing that could have been better, and this is in the driving aspect, and that's the AMT gearbox. Now, AMT is meant to serve a certain purpose, giving you the convenience of an automatic while not burning a hole in your pocket. And that's exactly what the AMT in the Swift does. And trust me, this is one of the better AMTs out there. But at the same time, if you're looking for a car that is good to drive, and that's what the Swift is known for. So if you're looking for a car that is fun to drive and is automatic, well, that is a recipe. You can't have it with the Swift. So if you want a Swift that is good to drive, you'll have to stick to the manual gearbox. But if you want the convenience of an automatic gearbox and at the same time the brilliant driving dynamics of the Swift, well, that ain't happening. So that is one thing I think where maybe an automatic option should have been offered, probably would have pushed the cost upward and well, maybe not many buyers for it. Yes, all of those things. But yeah, Swift is a driver's car, and this is an automatic version which isn't going to appeal to enthusiasts. Alright, now number 5 and last on the list of things that could have been better is the price tag. Now don't get me wrong, the Swift isn't overpriced. In fact, when you consider the kind of upgrade you get in terms of features, in terms of convenience, in terms of drivability, the new Swift actually is priced quite decently, I would say. But the problem is that the top variant, the one that we have been driving, now this is priced at about 10 lakh rupees ex-showroom. And for that money, when you're at 10 lakh rupee ex-showroom, you're at the borderline where you could look at larger hatchbacks, in fact from the Maruti stable, Baleno for example, or you can also start looking at entry or mid variants of subcompact SUVs. So this price point where the Swift gets sandwiched between two segments is a bit of a pain area for itself, and that sort of puts buyers in a second thought, because then they see probably for a bit more EMI I might get an upgrade as well. So yeah, I mean that's a bit of a positioning issue with the pricing, but that's what it is. And I think to resolve this, what Maruti could have done better is that probably maybe just gone in at least with a bit more aggressive pricing at the start, maybe for a limited number of initial buyers, make sound about it, but things are how they are. Now, the first good thing that I'm going to talk about in the new Swift is the driving position. Now, for a car that has always been known as an enthusiast car, this car gives you, first of all, a very good driver's seat, good amount of side support, good amount of cushioning, and then you get a nice flat bottom steering wheel with all the controls here. The ergonomics are spot on, so you don't have to reach out for things. And the visibility, all sides, the front, side, rear is great. And that is exactly what a driver needs. So yes, as an enthusiast car, of course, from this driving position point of view, I think it scores really, really high. The second good thing about the new Swift is its infotainment touchscreen. This 9-inch color screen gives you access to a lot of features, and the one that I really like is wireless Android Auto Apple CarPlay. Now keep in mind, there are a lot of cars that cost almost twice the value of the new Swift, and still you need to use wires in them to access Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. But here, it's all wireless. Beyond that, you also get some connectivity. The touchscreen itself is slick to use, the touch response is quick, the overall user interface is simple and easy to use, and as a result of that, I think in terms of infotainment, the new Swift scores really high. Now the next point that I really like in the Swift is the rear seat. Yes, the rear seat in itself. Now for a hatchback to have this nice of a rear seat bench, it's not often that you find in the segment. It's got good amount of cushioning, it's wide, and despite the fact that it's a sub 4 meter car, you've got good amount of under thigh support. You can see I've got support right up to my knee fold. So this is not something that you find in hatchbacks very commonly. So this is something definitely a lot of occupants are going to enjoy and appreciate, the rear seat comfort of being in this bench. Now continuing with the things that we love about the Swift, the fourth point that I want to bring to your attention is the overall practicality inside the cabin. Great in terms of storage space. Also, it gets a lot of good features. Like I said, the infotainment screen, wireless charging tray. Beyond that, you also get vents, AC vents at the back. Good in terms of space as well. So if you look at the space for the seats in terms of the front seats, the back seats, headroom, leg room, the seat cushioning, all of it is great. And as a result of that, the new Swift is not just a practical car, but a comfortable one at the same time. The fifth thing that I really like about the new Swift is its performance. Yes, the Swift has always been known for being sort of a go-kart on roads, and the new Swift continues in the same footsteps. A lot of people thought that because the new engine, the new 3-cylinder engine, develops lesser power than the older one. This one has 82. That had about 88, 89. So a lot of people said, it's going to be boring to drive, I have to reduce the power, it's going to be slower. But that's not the case at all. Actually, this new Swift is quicker. So the acceleration is quicker than the older Swift. And now how have they done that? Well, they have achieved this extra performance by smartly playing with the gearing and the way the engine is tuned. And because of that, the car now accelerates better, but even the drivability is better. The low end torque has been improved as a result of that. When you're driving at low speeds, especially if you have the manual gearbox, you will notice it very quickly that the drivability has improved significantly compared to the older Swift. So when you put that along with the fact that it's quicker in terms of acceleration and the fact that it is super fuel efficient, Maruti claims a fuel efficiency of over 25 kilometers for the AMT version, and we have been regularly getting around 18 kilometers to a liter in urban traffic. Out on the highways, we have gone up till about 22.5. So yes, it is a car that is quick to drive, fun to drive, and at the same time super fuel efficient. And of many other good things, the last one and the sixth point that I want to talk about is the handling of the new Swift. Like I said earlier, it's been known to have go-kart kind of characteristics, and this one retains that. So it's nimble, it's quick to rotate, the steering is responsive, and it basically goes where you point the steering. It doesn't mind going through a series of quick corners, doesn't mind quick change in direction. It's fun to drive. Body roll is controlled. Yes, there is some bit of it, but again, it's not to an extent where it really starts leaning into a corner. And despite all of that, great stability in terms of braking from high speeds. Straight line stability is great. And despite all of these things, despite it being such a fun to drive car, you do not compromise on ride quality. The suspension strikes a great balance between performance and ride quality, and as a result of that, when you need occupants to be comfortable over broken roads and potholes, speed breakers, all of that is possible. And at the same time, when you want to have fun or you're going through some ghat sections, the Swift is the right car to be in. So these were the things that we love about the Swift, and we also pointed out things that could have been better. And by now, if you are someone who's looking to buy the Swift, you know what is going to suit you, what might not work for you. And these are the kind of videos we keep bringing. If you want to see more such informative videos, or if you want to ask us anything, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Press that little bell icon so that all of the videos that we make reach to you on time. And please do share it as well.